Hello, welcome to this hip flexor tutorial. My name is Hamid, and before we begin, just make sure you've gone through the warm-up video so you're nice and prepared. So first thing we need a mat. If you've got a block, that's perfect, but I'm just gonna use a mat today. So first thing that you can do is just roll up your mat for me, please. So you just got a lot of protection, so we don't wanna put too much pressure on the knee. So what we're gonna focus on today is we're gonna focus on relieving some of the tension away coming from the hip. So first and foremost, what I want you to focus on is having the front foot just slightly forward so you can just bend the knee here. Now, have your chest lifted. So also what we are trying to do is we're trying to relieve some of the tension from our lower back including. So think about having your hips, your tailbone just tucked under a little bit, and then just thinking about embracing from your stomach here. So from here is allowing you to open up your core, your stomach, and at the same time we can just stretch and relieve from here. So just even being in this position, I can imagine for some of you already where you might be feeling getting the stretch benefit in, but we're going to take it a little bit more deeper. So what I want you to focus on now, just place one hand on your stomach and one hand on your lower back. Now, squeezing from your glutes a little bit so you can control and hold, and just lean a little bit forward, not too far. Watch out for your lower back. So just want you to hold it there. Now, in this position, why I got you to roll up your mat, or if you're using a block, is you can apply pressure from your knee to press in towards the floor without hurting your knee. And then we can add a bit more release coming from the hip. So just lean a little bit forward, relax, and just come up to the top. Now, just remember as well as how to add that posterior tilt. So you just want to scoop just underneath, so you can just hold the tension there, squeeze the glute in, and we can just release some of the tension coming from the hip. Hold and relax and just move back. And now we're going to switch over to the other side. So again, just remember with the front foot, just move it slightly forward. Make sure your knee's in line with your hip. And just scoop the tailbone in and just have your hand behind your lower back. So you know where you can feel your lower back is flat. And at the same time as well, you're opening out from your abdomen as well. And I just want you to lean forward and just gently press your knee into the mat so you can relieve some of the tension. Make sure you're breathing as well. Breathing is very important. So nice, I will probably say do about at least 10 breaths in between these stretches, these holds. Nice and gentle. And relax, well done. Now we're going to move over to the other leg again, so switch over. So now I want you to, let's say you're having your left knee forward, I want you to take your right arm over, and I just want you to add that twist from your upper half of your body. So what we're doing is we're trying to open up the hip and relieve some of the tension so we can build up strength in our glutes as well. But not only that, it's just relieving some of the tension from the lower back. So just allow your right arm to come over. Try to lift the chest as high as possible. So you're just relieving. And relax, well done. Now, let's move over to the other side. Just remember as well to breathe at least 10 times, taking your time as well. So Now we switch. Take your left arm over, twist, stand up as tall as possible. And just also think about relieving some of the tension deep into the hip, especially right now. Over this period, we'll be sitting down quite a lot. So it's very important to do these stretching exercises. Good. And just relax, well done. And just come back. Now, in this position here, both knees, I just want you to try to sit up as tall as possible so we can just relieve some of the tension already from our hips. And now, I want you to switch over again, but this time, so move the foot slightly forward again. Now bring both your hands inside the foot. Now on the back leg, think about just having your foot down and just leaning forward here and just trying to stretch, going a little bit more deeper into the hip flexor. So what we're going to add is a progression to this. I want you to now come up on your back toes, so your back leg now is on its toe, and just lift the knee just slightly off the mat. So now in this position here, it's going to be very challenging, but at the same time, we're going to relieve a bit of tension. Just remember, if you can't lift the knee off the mat, you can always remain in this position here, it's not a problem. So we've just got to hold. Ten seconds, breathe. And exhale, slowly lower the knee back down. Now, if you're having your left foot forward, left leg forward, now I want you to take your right hand off and just try to open out the chest in this position and just pull your arm away. So just thinking about, just trying to relieve tension here. You can allow your left hand just to rest just on the left knee, but just be aware of, you don't want your knee to be coming out wide, so you just still want your knee to be in line with your hip. And then just open out your chest here, so we're just giving a bit more release coming from the hip. Good. And breathe. Lower your right hand down. Move your left leg back. Now move your right leg forward. Now, when we're doing these type of movement exercises, it's very important to pay attention to which side you're having more problems with, because you can always tell one side's more easier than the other, and that can give you a lot of information on tightness in the hip area. So allow both hands to come on the inside of the foot. Just be aware of the knee starting to move outside. So just keep your knee in line with the hip. And just hold this position, leaning forward. Make sure your back foot is down on the floor. And then, back foot, push up on its toe, and then just lift the knee just slightly off the floor so you can release some of the tension. Try to keep the pelvis balanced by not tipping over to your right hand side, because I've got my right leg forward, so I don't want my right knee to move. So I just want to keep everything in its perfect alignment. Try and hold for 10 more seconds. That's it. Breathe, lower the knee down. And then just from here, on your left side, just take the left arm away. Try to open out the chest and just think about the right knee as well. And breathe, lower the left arm down. And just move back, just relax. Good work. So, roll out your mat. If your mat's not ready rolled out, I want you to lie on your back and just come into this figure 4 cross. So we're gonna start on our right side. So just place your right leg onto your left knee. And then just from here, I just want you to place your right hand onto your knee and just gently push it in so you're allowing your knee to be in line with your ankle. So what we're doing now is we're just trying to relieve a bit of tension coming from my hip. So you can just use your hand and just hold it. Now place your left hand behind your head. You can lift your head, neck and shoulders up from here. As you're bracing from your stomach, you can do at least 10 breaths. So just make sure you've got a little bit of a gap between your chin and your chest. Looking towards your leg. Good. We're just trying to release some tension from the hip. And breathe, lower your head down. Place both your hands by your side. So now we're gonna rotate the knee in, keeping our ankle on the left knee. Rotate into the body, rotate it out, and just repeat. So we're just adding that mobility, especially when we're sitting or crossing our legs. It just helps out the hip. So just make sure you just force the knee to come in line with the ankle. Good. And just come into a full body stretch. It's very important just to stretch out your body before we switch, because right now it's very intense. Now I want you to switch. So now you place your left leg now on your right knee. And now from here, just place your left hand now on the knee and then just try to push it out as wide as you can go. So this is a perfect example actually. I've got an injury on my left hand side, so as you can see, my knee is more rotating in towards my body. So I do these type of stretches all the time because just to release some of the tension from there. So you can just place your hand on the knee and then on the side of the knee, just lift your head, neck and shoulders up and just try and relieve as much tension you can around the hip. And also, just watch out for your elbow. So don't allow the elbow to come in, allow the elbow to come up wide, because otherwise you put tension on the back of the neck. So you just always have to protect your neck. So keep your elbow wide and just lower your head down. Place both your hands by the side and just rotate your left knee now in towards your chest and just work on the mobility. Just going all the way around towards the chest and just try and force the knee to come out wide, relieving the tension. So this is also good for the glute as well, because chances of having, tight hips could be weak glutes as well. So it's just getting the glutes active. And just come out into a full body stretch. And that is our hip mobility workout. So I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, see you soon. Thank you very much. Hello, welcome to this small Pilates class today. My name is Hamid. Before participating, please make sure you've done the warm-up video so you warmed up and you're focused and ready to go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do everything today, this class on the mat. So first and foremost, I just want you to come to the top of your mat here and just allow your legs to sit out, and then just think about your posture in this position. So I know for us here, your lower back could be very tight and you can feel the tension. So what I want you to do is, I just want you to bend your knees and just have your hands just underneath your thighs. So just allow your chest to come forward and just lift your chin, just looking straight ahead, and just also focus on relieving some of the tension from here, because when you try and sit back, you know, the tailbone is curved and you can feel the lower back just really having a strain. So both hands just underneath your thighs, relax through the shoulders, drop the shoulder blades down and lift the chest up and just look straight ahead for me. Now in this position, focus on embracing through the stomach as well. Hold, and I just want you to relax. Well done, and let's do that one more time. So just lift your chest, take the tension away from the lower back, embrace through the stomach, hold, and relax. Well done. So now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go into a roll down, but we're gonna use the support of our hands. So when we're rolling back, I want you to focus on adding that pelvic tilt. So you're just scooping the pelvis underneath just to give you support for the lower back. So depending on how tight you are for the hips, so for me personally, I would recommend you just lifting your toes off so you can relieve some of the tension from here. If you can, try and have your feet fully flat on the floor. And then I just want you to scoop round the shoulders and just roll back. Don't go too far yet. I just want you to hold it here. Feel the contraction come from the stomach. Lower your chin, look down towards your belly button, hold. And I want you to exhale. Start pulling yourself coming forward, rounding through the shoulders. Once the shoulders stacking above the knees, lift the chest and release from the lower back. And let's go again. As you inhale in, round through the upper back, scoop the pelvis, roll back halfway, keep the feet flat, fully flat on the floor. If you can't, you can always lift the toes as long as the heels are digging. Hold, and then from here, pull yourself forward. As you exhale, breathe, lift the chest up. Perfect. And let's do it one more time. Good. Roll back, try and go as far as you can now, keeping your hands on there. Keep breathing. And exhale, pull yourself up, up, up. Very long exhale. Round in, lift the chest. Perfect, well done. Now just extend your legs forward for me. We're just gonna go into a forward stretch. So just allow the gap. If you got a lower back issue, I'll probably recommend you grabbing the block so you can just place it just underneath your lower back so you can relieve some of the tension. If not, it's fine. So first and foremost, try to sit up as tall as possible. Now lift the arms by the sides. So palms facing each other, lower the shoulder blades down so you're not feeling the tension from here. As you breathe in, embrace from the stomach and just move forward from your upper half of your body. So don't round through the upper back, lower the chin slightly, exhale, restack. So right now we're just working through the lower back. Breathe in as you inhale in, exhale, try and reach in your hands forward and restack the spine. Well done. We're gonna do it one more time. So when you're ready, as you inhale in, move forward from your upper half, and exhale, restack. Good work. Now, bring both your feet in together and just press your knees in towards the floor and try to lift your chest up. So what we're doing right now, we're just trying to relieve some of the tension away from our groin area, because especially sitting in this position for a while can really impact on the hips. Good. And then from here, just both hands just at the back, come into a figure four, just cross the leg over, bring the chest in, and then just use the knee to press forward. So you're just relieving tension away coming from the glute. Now, if it's an awkward position you've been in, just lie on your back, and you can always do it from this position here. Make sure your head's down, and you can stretch out your glute and your hip as well. Don't do that, what I just did. Sit up. And switch over, please. Sit. Just relieve the tension. And just allow your legs to come out, relieve some of the tension from here. Now, I want you to lie down now onto your back. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go into some shoulder bridges and we're gonna do some glute activation. So just have both hands on your side, keep your shoulders nice and broad so your chest is open, looking directly up to the ceiling. Now, as you're bracing from the stomach, I just want you to roll your hips just a little bit up off the floor. So don't go too high to begin with. I just want you to glute activate. So this is all support for the lower back. Breathe, exhale, lower your hips back down to the floor, and let's go again. Just go just a little bit off the floor. You don't need to go too far yet. Sometimes it's very important to do the small movements before you go into the big movements. It makes a big difference to the body. Sometimes when you overdo it, chances are you're more likely to get injured. So we're just gradually lifting our hips, getting into that perfect alignment by having full length coming in from the hips. Use your hands as well and your forearms just to press into the floor for support. Squeeze in from the glutes. And let's do it one more time. So let's try and go into a full range. Really getting the glutes active. Exhale, slowly come back down. So now just spread the arms slightly to the side. Draw both knees in together. Rotate your knees down to the left. Now keep looking up towards the ceiling. You want to have both your shoulders down on the floor, and then just breathe, pull your knees, come right across, and just move over to the other area. Good, let's do that one more time. Last time. Now just back up to the center. Now just extend your legs a little bit, slightly, having your knees bent. Now, in this position here, I want you to embrace from your stomach a little bit more. Now just add a little bit of an imprint. So what I mean by imprint is, think about your belly button, just sinking it a little bit into the ground. Now, I want you to rotate your legs to the left, not too far. Just go a quarter first to begin with. Have both your shoulders nice and broad, pinning back on the mat, spread the arms. I want you to hold here and exhale. Take your legs back into the center. Now, you're not pulling in using your hips, you're pulling in using your stomach, your core. Now, rotate over to the right, just a little bit, control. Still having the control, coming from the stomach. Exhale, draw the legs back into the center, bend the knees, feet flat on the floor. All done. Now, we're gonna add a progression to this now. So when you're ready, take your legs, keep the legs together, exhale. So now what we're doing is we're just lifting our legs just a little bit higher now. So now I want you to rotate again to the left, go a bit further than quarter, but now I want you to hold it. So I'll say maximum halfway. Hold here, make sure the arms are fully spread wide. Use the stomach muscles to control. Sink the navel into the back of the spine. As you exhale, take your legs over, control, Keep your chest wide open. Breathe. Pull back into the center. Bend your knees. Well done. Bring both your knees into your chest. Just gently rock side to side so your lower back is not feeling any tension whatsoever coming from there. So just come into a full body stretch now. Arms over the head. Now, last one to wrap up. I want you to have your hands behind your head. So in this position here, I want you to inhale in, and I just want you to take your right leg into tabletop position. Now make sure the right knee is in line with the hip. Now press your elbows in towards the floor and try to open up your chest. Exhale, lower your right foot down to the floor, and I just want you to switch now to the left hand side. So just having that 90 degrees position, perfect, good. Open up the chest, press the elbows in towards the floor, look up. Allow the gap to be between the chin and the chest, and just lower your left leg. Good. Now we're gonna do both sides now. So I just want you to lift your right, inhale, exhale, lift your left leg. Good. So you're in that perfect tabletop position. Now keep pressing your elbows into the floor to open up your chest. Embrace with the stomach. And now I want you to inhale in, lift your head, neck and shoulders. Now keep your elbows wide, and I just want you to breathe in and out of your stomach. Now also I want you to slide your upper ribs forward towards your pelvis. So this is going to allow you to lift your chest slightly higher without pulling too much on the back of the neck. Keep looking between your legs, hold. I just want you to breathe. Maximum 10, minimum 5. Once you're done, lower your head down, lower both your legs down. Well done. And just bring both your knees into your chest. Gently rock side to side. And then just from here, just grab the back of your thigh and just point your toe up towards the ceiling just to stretch the back of your leg. Good. And then just bend your knee, switch over to the other side. Good, and just come back out into a full body stretch. And that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for participating, and I'll see you soon. Thank you very much.